Hey you, what up? Welcome to my channel, welcome back, Maryam here. In this video, we are testing new makeup to find out what's good and new at the drugstore. This is a video that you guys requested in my previous video. I told you I want to do this and a lot of you agreed, so today we are doing it. We are testing out a lot of drugstore makeup, also inexpensive makeup, also dupe brands, you know the ones. I'm gonna go through it. I'm gonna walk you through all the stuff that I have. I'm gonna create this look on my face that you see here. Let's have fun. Let's try makeup together. Let's keep it breezy, let's keep it chill, and let's keep it moving. All right, subscribe to this channel if you aren't already, and let's get this party started, shall we? Testing new makeup, drugstore edition, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. Here we go. So we've got notes as always because I want to make sure I test some of these products from the drugstore in the order in which they are meant to be applied and tested. Starting with this cute little suitcase-like PR package from MILANI. Vacay vibes only. And in it we have some new and old products, but specifically what I'm interested in are the new products. We have some bronzing drops here in 3 different shades, light, medium, and dark. So I am definitely going to test those. Bronzing drops, I will say, are not my favorite, but the bronzing drops from CATRICE that I tried in my previous video, these were the best that I've tried so far. So we'll see how the MILANI ones stack up to the CATRICE. I'm gonna pop them out and test them out. I also have a primer from MILANI, but this is an SPF 30 primer, and unfortunately the SPF is chemical, not mineral, which means that it's not for me, and I'm gonna toss it over there. Not for me, but for someone else. What is for me, however, is in this PR package from CATRICE. We have a lot of products. This is a big one, but specifically I'm interested in the Skin Glaze Hydrating Serum Primer. $8 is what it says. We also have some eyeshadow palettes that I'll get to, some blushes, a contour sculpting palette, but first primer. Okay, I should probably clip up these bangs because they are definitely banging and not in the way that we would like them to. So let's see what can be done here. Of course, I don't know where the clips are. I do, however, have this really cute headband. How princessy. Hydrating Serum Primer, $8 from CATRICE. Oh, it says to shake well, and of course I did not do that. And it actually feels just a little bit gritty on the skin. So let me shake it up. There is a hint of that opalescence with this primer. I see it in the mirror. I see it in the bottle. But this does apply very liquidy, kind of cool to the touch, not too sticky, not too bad. Next, the bronzing drops. So like I said, there are 3 shades. I'm thinking I should probably start with the lightest one just because I don't know if I want to trust this product just yet. Although generally, MILANI products I like. I like the squeezy tube here. This is shade light. Oh, I mean, it does match my headband, so maybe light is the way to go. Let me just do a quick little comparison to this one. Kind of a similar shade actually with the CATRICE, and this is a universal shade. I am glad I stuck to shade light. I'm gonna use a brush and I'm gonna see how this blends out. I feel like bronzing drops are a little gimmicky if I'm being honest. Like, I get it that we want to be bronzy and we always want to find different aesthetically pleasing ways of applying them, but for some reason they almost always look very patchy on almost everyone. You could see it clearly in videos, you could especially see it in person, so I haven't really been a fan. And moreover, they're almost always way too metallic on the skin. Like, you can see how patchy this one is. Like, there's parts where it's clinging to the skin or to my serum. There's parts where it's not really blending. Glad I went for this lighter shade, but I will say this isn't much different from any of those others that I've tried. It's okay, but it doesn't compare to my CATRICE. I mean, perhaps if you want to blend this in with your foundation or mix it in with your foundation for a more metallic or more luminous application, you can do that, but I don't know, I'm just not a fan. I don't know, it just looks like I need to wash my face. And also it makes my skin kind of look worse than before. Right now I'm having a good skin day, I don't have any breakouts, but somehow this is just attaching itself to some old acne scars that I may have, or some texture, and it's just making the skin look a little bit less good. I don't know. I'm gonna save these for whoever may like them, but they're just not for me. Off the bat, at first impression, they're okay, but I have better. So I'm gonna use what I have that is better. All right, so now for foundation and concealer, I actually don't have anything new to test out from the drugstore. In fact, I only have some old stuff that I like, which is actually relatively new. I'm talking about the RIMMEL Multitasker Concealer. This one has recently replaced my Tarte Shape Tape. I love it so much. It's such a nice product, very liquidy, but very pigmented. Nice, large doe foot applicator. The shade is quite nice, which is actually shade 40, Ivory. I wouldn't call this an ivory, because generally when I think of ivory, I think of very, very fair. And it's also clearly not the fairest shade since it's numbered 40. But anyway, I've been liking this one a lot. So I'm using that to brighten some parts of the face, like in the center and also some spots, I guess. And then for the rest of the face, for the blemishes, I'm gonna use the new reformulated L'Oreal True Match Serum Corrector with hyaluronic acid and caffeine, shade N5. This one's a good product. Really, really solid. I'm gonna just let that one chill on the skin. I'm gonna blend out the under eye and the center of the face quickly, because this concealer, the Rimmel one that I'm blending out now, similarly to Tarte Shape Tape, blends out very solid. The finish, I will say, is quite matte, even more matte than Tarte Shape Tape, so you kind of need to work quickly here. But once it sets, it's on, and it looks great. At least on my oily skin it does. So I guess this is gonna be my face-based product since I don't have a foundation. But I do have just a few spots to conceal, so I'm gonna do that. I'm actually gonna spray my face real quick with MAC Fix Plus just to refreshen it, because some of the dots have actually solidified and I just need to undo that. Hello? The heck? Why aren't you spraying? Why aren't you spraying? The heck? MAC? Are you okay? Okay, there we go. That was a very delayed reaction. I guess I haven't used this one in a while, so it's clogged. So much better now that I've done that. Actually, this method kind of gives you the illusion of no makeup, because it really makes the skin quite dewy, but in a very natural way, the way that skin normally is. Because no one's skin is perfectly matte, unless you're a baby. But this way, it just looks a lot more human-like, no? And honestly, even those bronzing drops, somehow, after I sprayed this specific Fix Plus, it kind of just made it look like normal. It made it work. So this one is the Rose Prep and Prime Fix Plus Skin Refresher. So I'm not sure what the difference between the regular and the Rose is, but the Rose to me is just a little bit more refreshing. It's a little bit more dewy than the OG. Also, it smells like rose, so that's a plus too. For powder, I just have my Kosas powder that I do like, and then I have this powder that I just tested from RODIAL. I noticed that it's available on Amazon, and this little bit of powder, although not necessarily a drugstore price, it is a lot more affordable than the larger version. So I'm gonna use that today because I did like it. I'm gonna lightly set my under eye, the pores, because this is what this powder is specifically intended for. So I'm just gonna smooth down the pores. And when I say smooth down, I just mean I brush the products downwards. And this somehow makes it look like you're kind of closing the pores. Also works on acne scars, which I have right here. And also on any fine lines, any movement. Again, not a drugstore product, but it is available on Amazon. I'll link it below. In fact, I'll link everything below as I always do. And then for the rest, I'm gonna use this Kosas Feathery Cloud Set Baked Brush. Feathery is the shade. Just gonna lightly set the perimeter of my face, like that. And now we're gonna move on to newness. Okay, so in that big old PR package from CATRICE, we also have this Magic Shaper Face Palette. So cute. And it's only $8, and you know what this looks like. This looks like the Makeup Forever HD Skin Palette. A little bit smaller, nonetheless, and probably not the same quality, but it's $8. So I need to test it. Sticker here. I'm gonna grab my favorite contouring brush. This one, I believe it's from Morphe. It's a very old brush. I'm gonna dip into this chocolatey shade. Okay, a bit of a bronze tour, not too much. I'm not crazy about too much of a contour on me, especially when it's so warm toned. Let me actually try the cooler shade. This is a much deeper shade, but you can see the pigmentation is there. Okay, I went a little overboard. My bad, but I had to test it out. Okay, now, you guys have probably seen some people talk about this new brand, Miko Beauty. Apparently it's not new. It's an Australian dupes brand that dupes a lot of popular products. Hello, this looks just like the watermelon spray from Glow Recipe. So not only do they dupe makeup, but they also dupe skincare and now body care. This looks like Sol de Janeiro. I mean, come on. There's tubing mascaras. There's a lot of products in here that you've seen. I feel like they love to dupe Charlotte Tilbury, so I'm not really sure how I feel about this brand just yet. I did try their bronzing drops and they were similar to the rest that I mentioned. Not so standout. And on the one hand, I find them to be quite ballsy. Just like duping products, duping the packaging of the products, making it so obvious. And then on the other hand, I'm like, listen, in this economy, why not? I kind of appreciate them for being so ballsy, you know? They're a dupes brand. They know they're a dupes brand. They're advertising themselves as a dupes brand. So I guess it is what it is. Anyway, I'm gonna use their sponge. I just sprayed it with some Mario Badescu lavender spray. I wanna see how the sponge actually blends out. This bronzer, I feel like I'm not loving it. I don't know what it is, but that just like ate my whole base underneath. No. I'm gonna have to go back in with a brush and like literally work that in a little bit better. I don't know. It's feeling patchy. Probably because I also set the perimeter of my face with powder, and these products are not like that flexible to be working well together. Better on the cheekbone, and definitely better to blend with a brush. A dense brush like this one from Fenty. And then for the nose, I'm gonna use something more precise. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. I guess it was the sponge with the lavender water that just wasn't doing it for me. Something about that was just not working out. So you know what? I'm gonna spray my face again. Concentrating on the forehead. And then I'm gonna take that same brush that I just used for my bronzer drops, and I'm just gonna reset everything. What am I doing? I'm trying to make it work is what I'm doing. Okay, I think I was able to do a little something here. We are saving the face. We are saving face, literally. This is okay. I would like it better if there was a cooler shade and a warmer shade. I would prefer the cooler shade to be the lighter shade, and I would want it to have a little bit more of a grayer undertone as opposed to a very warm chocolatey undertone. And then I guess these blushes are okay. Maybe I would eliminate these two shimmery shades on the side just to make it a pinch more versatile, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But for $8, I can't really complain. It's okay. It's okay. It'll get the job done. Just don't apply it over powder. Should we try some of those cream blushes from CATRICE? I think we should. So there are 5 blushes altogether. Naturally, I grabbed the pink one because I've just been loving pink blush, but maybe I should do something different. Maybe I should grab this orange. Maybe it won't even come off orange. I don't know. Let's try it. Ooh, okay. Gonna dot a couple of dots. Tiny little dots at first because I'm not sure how pigmented this really is. And then with my favorite cream blush brush, this one is from Half Magic. Everyone always asks. I'm gonna start blending that out. Ooh. Okay, this is actually rather lovely. This is blending out easily. This has a bit of a sticky finish, but as you can see, this is blending out quite well. Let's do the other side. The color is also pretty flattering, actually. I wouldn't call this orange. This is definitely more of a coral. Very similar to that Spicy Marg shade from Rhode. Everyone's obsessed with those blushes. I understand why. They are really cute. They are very pigmented. Great packaging. Super creamy, easy to use, long lasting. You could tell I like that product. And this one by no means is a dupe, but the color is similar to that shade. I think coral blush is a little bit more summertime appropriate than pink blush, whereas pink is great for all seasons, but coral is just so nice on a fresh tan, especially if you have a warm complexion like I do. A coral will look a little bit more natural than a pink. This is great. It's gorgeous, actually. I really can't complain. I'm gonna lift that a bit into my hairline, into my temples. So dewy. I like this one. Very pretty, lots of product. A little bit goes a long way. We like that. So now I have this one other product from Maybelline. I'm not actually sure what it is. I'm thinking it might either be a lippy or a blush, and you're supposed to add water over here. Oh, water for the code, and I already opened up the lock, so never mind, but let's just add it anyway. 917 is the code. 917 is also my area code. Oh, this is really cute. There's some sand in here that looks like brown sugar. And this is indeed a blush. Oh, okay. So I want to test this out. The shades look very interesting. There are some bright shades, but mostly there are a lot of bronzy shades here. Like this gold shade looks very intriguing. It's called Rooftop Views. I think I'm gonna pick up a couple of these shimmery bronzy shades. I'm gonna use these as a highlighter. Here goes nothing. Oh! Okay, this actually does smell kind of different. And it does add a little bit of interest and a little bit of that sunset feeling to the coral blush underneath. Interesting. I would say this is not as shimmery as it appears in the bottle. One dot is definitely enough. I'm gonna try another shade. This one is called Shades On. I'm gonna apply this kind of high on my cheekbone around my eye socket area. I'm gonna use a clean brush for this. Okay, they're onto something. They are definitely onto something. I kind of like this combination of products. I feel like it's giving summer. Very intrigued. Definitely want to try these on their own. For now, I'm going to set these aside, but I definitely want to try out some of the colorful ones. Thank you, Maybelline. Next, let's do brows. For brows, I have a couple of products. I have this Kind and Free Clean Brow Wax from RIMMEL, and I also have a Brow Glue Instant Lamination Lift and Styling Tool from ARDELL. I think I'm interested in this just a little bit more than the brow wax. I feel like this might work for me and my unruly brows just a little bit better, so let's test it out. And I don't know if this is supposed to be imitating the NYX Brow Glue, but so far that's just what it's reminding me of. Okay, let's try it. The product itself comes out white. It has a bluish tint, so you can definitely see it on my brows. It almost looks like lash glue. And now I'm thinking maybe there's instructions that I should have read. No instructions. So I guess I'm just gonna wing it. You guys, this feels like lash glue. Is this lash glue? ARDELL. I do appreciate the included brush. Though knowing me, I'll probably misplace this brush right after I film this video. Kind of wish it was a part of the package. But you know what? This is gluing down my brows. This is indeed gluing down my crazy ass brows because this is lash glue. At least it looks like it. But it's not peeling off the way that lash glue would. So perhaps this is something else. Also, I'm really liking the fact that there's no white flakes. And although the brow is glued down, it's kind of set already, you can still maneuver it and you can still kind of work it into place. So I appreciate that. The only thing I'm not loving is that I'm seeing a bluish, whitish cast across my brow. I'm seeing that in my monitor. So I'm not sure if you guys are seeing that on camera, but I'm definitely noticing it and it's weird. It looks like I have clear lash glue on my brows, but it says that it's a brow glue, so I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and try to do this brow. This brow is the one that misbehaves most, but let's see. All right, the product is on. There's also another side to this brush, a flat side that you could use to literally lift the brow hairs and place them in whichever direction. I like that there's also a cute little brush if you want to make them super, super neat and brushed out. I like that there's options here. My only criticism is the blue tint. I wish there was no blue tint, but this thing has definitely glued down my brows. You guys, how often does this happen? Literally never. My brows always peel off. This is solid, like this is glued down, baby. At this point I'm thinking I'm not really seeing the blue cast anymore, but maybe I am. Maybe I could use one of those brow mascaras and kind of disguise the hair color. I don't know. Let's see, I'm just gonna grab this MAC brow pencil. I'm just grabbing any old shade just to see what happens. You know what? I should probably grab a shade that actually matches my brow hairs, not this taupe. Let me grab shade Stud. This is a cooler black brown. I tried this pencil in my last video and I really liked it, but I haven't tried it since. Actually, I haven't even stepped into this room since filming my last video. And I think the only products that made it to my other room from that last video were the Rhode blushes. And also the Too Faced contour sticks. Those were fantastic. Everything else kind of remained. Guys, this brow glue is promising. ARDELL. I like this. In my mind, I still see a blue cast, but I feel like I was able to disguise it a little bit with the brow pencil. And now I'm just really pleased. I've never seen my brow lay so flat to my skin when I turn to the side. Like never, ever, ever. This is something new. Okay, shall we move on to some eyeshadow palettes? Again, I have several from CATRICE. These are 10 bucks each. We've got the Safari Fever Slim Eyeshadow Palette. My gosh, these have like 14 shades. There's a Blooming Bliss, like a purple palette, and then there's also a very colorful kind of summertime one called Coral Crush with some beautiful turquoise shades. Also, I have a package from ColourPop, and it is their metallic or Gone Metallic collection, which includes some jelly shadows, an eyeshadow palette, and also looks like they sent a little gift. Very, very sweet. And unlike ColourPop, I think this might be the very first time I've ever received a gift from ColourPop. And it is so cute. Some mixed metal earrings from the brand En Route. I appreciate this. This is really, really cute. In fact, I'm gonna put these on. These are so cute and so summery and so girly. I kind of love. Look how dainty. Oh, thank you, ColourPop. Shall we try out the Precious Metals Collection eyeshadow palette? This has 36 shades, so one of those giant palettes. Here we go. We have a lot of mauve shades in this palette. Also some warm gold tones and a few cooler silver tones, but a lot of mauves right here in the center. So I think I'm just gonna go for it. Okay, let's play around. I'm gonna dip into this warmer shade here called Invest in Me. I'm not gonna apply any primer. Instead, I'm gonna set my lids with just a little bit of powder. And now a little bit of that Invest in Me. This is a very fall appropriate color. I'm applying that mainly to the eye socket area, concentrating on the outer portion, and then just softly whisking that out into the brow bone area, into the temple area like that. To me, generally, ColourPop eyeshadows are either a hit or a miss. I find that the smaller palettes, the 20 shade palettes, are generally better, but I do really like the cool eyeshadow palette that has this large format, 36 eyeshadow format. I do like that one. This first shade so far is okay. It's nothing to brag about. It's blending decently. It's just okay. I'm gonna take a tapered brush. Let's go for this shade here called Down to Earth. It's like a brown with golden sparkles. I'm gonna pick up the tiniest amount. This might be very sparkly. I'm gonna actually use a little puff underneath and just add that directly to that little corner. This is very sparkly indeed, but cute. And same thing here. I have this mirror that's kind of far away, so I'm not really sure if what I'm doing is precise enough, but as long as it looks good from far away, I feel like I'll be all right. That's cute. Very cute. There's a really pretty shade here called Brass Act. I want to use that one. Kind of all over the lid. Ooh, that is a lot more yellow than I thought it was going to be, and very pigmented. Okay. And now, one more shade. Let's go for the Strike Gold. This is a super yellow gold shade. I think I'm gonna add that directly to the inner corner for that bright pop of yellow. Oh yeah, that is a pop indeed. I like this a lot. I'm gonna take a small little dome brush and just soften this inner corner a pinch, like that. We are liking this so far. And now I'm thinking I need a liner. I really like this. Especially, I really like the metallic, the shimmery shades. I have two liners to test out. One, a multi-chrome liner from Hard Candy that I don't think will go with this look. And another one is just a regular pencil liner from Rimmel. This is called Kind and Free Clean Eye Definer. Intense color that lasts all day. Let's test it. Of course, the camera cut off, and I already did one eye. But this pencil is actually the perfect everyday pencil. I love the shade. Specifically, this one is called Pecan number 2, and it's a beautiful black brown shade. So I added just a smidge underneath my lower lash line on the outer portion. I extended that, and then I kind of smudged it on the top lash line towards the center of the lid and lifted the corner. That's the basic shape. I did that on this side already. This pencil is very pigmented, a lot more pigmented than it looks, which is great. I have a little handy brush here, the Sigma Flat Definer. I'm gonna smudge out and define the bottom lash liner. I'm gonna stretch out the wing, and I'm basically going to blend and kind of melt that color into the shadow. So I want the wing, but I don't want any harsh edges or lines. Really easy to do with a pencil like this, and with a brush like this. Kind of obsessed with my look. The hair, everything else is very basic. But the eyes are so nice. So nice, very fall appropriate. I'm not ready for fall, but I am ready for a new mascara. And I have a new mascara from our friends at CoverGirl. These are called the 3D Eye Enhancer Curl, Lift, and Fan Mascara. There's 3 shades. I have not tried this yet. We have a dark chocolate, a berry brown, and an intense black. I want to see what the berry brown looks like. Ooh, berry brown is a really beautiful, slightly reddish brown. And now let's see what the dark chocolate looks like. Dark chocolate is almost a black. So the intense black definitely is a black, and the dark chocolate is a very dark chocolate, almost black. So I'm gonna use the brown one because that is what I'm interested in. And it's supposed to also curl your lashes. And don't worry, I'll show you a close-up. I have high hopes for this because I feel like my last favorite mascara was from CoverGirl, and so I'm expecting this one to be good. I really do like the color. This is a unique brown. Like I said, it's not that golden warm brown. This one has a little bit more of that wine tone, so it feels different, and actually I really like it a lot. I haven't seen a shade like this. And I like that CoverGirl came out with a shade like this. I think it's a pretty ballsy move for them. I appreciate it. I will say the formula itself is a lot more solid, which takes a little bit more time to build up the lash, but the color appears right away, which is why I'm still here playing around with it, because I really want to build up the lash, but the color is just so pretty. I keep on wanting more and more. This color is so good. I actually want to apply it to my lower lashes as well. Let me do that and then I'll show you a close-up. This is perfect for the daytime if you want a simple but slightly different look. I would wear this with a single shadow, perhaps in a contrasting color, like a powder blue, or maybe like a smoky cool gray. This mascara would super pop against a smoky cool gray wash of an eyeshadow. Do you see my vision? Obviously, it also works with warm tones because it's a pretty warm color. I gotta say, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I think I'm ready for this close-up. All right, let's hit it. Do you see how pretty? Kind of a hit for me, kind of a hit. And I also really like multi-chrome eyeliners, but I'm gonna brace myself. I'm gonna save this for another video. For now, let's move on to lips so we can wrap up this video. I have a lip liner from the brand Citizen Cosmetics. Not sure if this is a drugstore brand or not. The packaging reminds me a little bit of what's that brand that I love so much? Black-owned brand at Target. Come on now. Melissa Butler's brand. Come on now. Hold on. The Lip Bar. Oh my god. The packaging of this lip liner reminds me of the packaging from the Lip Bar. I have this shade San, like a very pale nude. Of course, I'm already wearing lip liner as I always do. Cute color actually. Not bad. Now for lips, I have a couple of options, but I'm actually gonna go for what I'm most excited about, and that is the new So Juicy glosses from ColourPop. And you guys, ColourPop sent another gift. I'm not sure how many of them there are altogether. Looks like 8. And I am particularly interested in this shade here called It's a Date, because it's a nudie, or like a tan nude kind of shade, which I think would go well with this look. Let's go for it. Oh, this is supposed to be an oil gloss. Has that peppermint scent. I know this is supposed to plump, but we know peppermint does not plump. Szechuan pepper is what plumps. So unless it feels like pepper, it's absolutely not going to plump your lips. This is a bit stringy for my liking. You can see the strings. So I'm going to remove some of this oil gloss. Also, it is messy. It kind of just spat itself all over my product. But the color is really, really pretty. So I like it. Oh, do we want to see what they sent in this PR package? It's in collaboration with Brooklyn Charm. And it looks like it's a necklace. It's so cute. It's a ColourPop necklace with lips, with some ColourPop products, with So Juicy and a little lucky bunny. Very, very cute. I really appreciate this. All right, let me put myself together a little bit better. She's ready enough. All right, so here is the face, here is the look, here's the final. Let's talk about it. So first, skin. I like the way the cheek situation is looking. I'm not loving the way the complexion is looking altogether, just because the bronzing drops from MILANI and also the CATRICE sculpting cream just look a little bit too patchy together. I don't know if it's the bronzing serum itself or if it's the combination of powder, serum, plus the cream that makes me look a little bit dirty. I'm not sure if you can see this on camera, but I can kind of feel it. I don't know. Like the complexion itself is okay, but it's not super professional looking, in my opinion. Yes, I am testing products, so it's not gonna be perfect because not everything is meant to work well together. But something about that combination of products tells me that the products are not perfect. I do, however, really love that RIMMEL concealer and also the L'Oreal True Match concealer. Both of those are good products. They're solid products that I've been using for a long time that are reliable. However, like I said, the bronzing drops from MILANI and also that $8 contour slash blush palette from CATRICE are probably worth the price, if I'm being frank. I really, really love the eyes. This palette is very promising. I love the colors that are in here. Although, I will say that I was a little bit thrown off by the amount of mauve tones in the center. I'm generally not a huge fan of mauve tones on me, so I probably wouldn't reach for those, but I really do like the gold ones and I do like the silver ones and the other cool shades. So I like that palette, and for 36 shades, This can probably rival the Golden palette from Natasha Denona and others. Of course, the quality is not the same, but honestly, is good enough for whatever golden look you want to do. I really, really love this CoverGirl mascara. The color is stunning. It is striking. It is different. It makes my eyes look just a little bit more, I don't know, brighter, more exotic, more interesting. Something about this color is speaking to me and I want to use it more. I also really like the Rimmel eye pencil. I think this is a great everyday eye pencil, and especially the color shade Pecan. That beautiful black brown. It's perfect for every day. This is inexpensive. This is from the drugstore. You can get this anywhere. And I like it. I'm definitely gonna keep this and I'm gonna keep reaching for it. The product that really surprised me the most was this brow glue from Ardell. This glued down my crazy ass brows so quickly and so easily. The only thing I wasn't crazy about was the bluish whitish cast that I seem to be able to masquerade with the help of some brow pencils. I have a feeling if you use a brow mascara on top, you could totally get away with it. But you guys let me know, do you see a blue cast in my brows? Or is it just me? Maybe I'm bugging, I don't know. I will say the ColourPop So Juicy Gloss Oil is okay. The color that I tried is pretty, but I will say it's kind of losing its luster very quickly. After I blotted off the center, I'm seeing that it's not as shiny and it's not as pigmented as it was when I first applied it. So that tells me a lot, and I guess I'm gonna save these for my sister. She could use these. For me, I think I have better products, even from ColourPop, that I would prefer to use on myself. Let's talk about the blush. This blush situation, like I said, is cute. I really like the blush from CATRICE, but I am particularly intrigued by the Maybelline blush. That one was very different. A lot of the shades were very unblush-like, specifically this gold. And these are not classified as highlighters, so that's what kind of makes it different, but I'm curious to try these out on their own with their actual blush tones, with the blush shades, just to see what happens. So overall, I give this trial a B. This is a solid B. Not everything I loved, but there were definitely some hidden gems in here. Specifically, these two right here, and definitely also the palette. So with that said, I am going to wrap up this very long video. I hope you appreciate this. I am one of those people who doesn't just reach for luxury items. I have a ton of drugstore. I have a ton of inexpensive products that I reach for on the daily, which is why I feel like these videos are so important. There's so many people like myself out there who prefer to mix and match, who don't just always reach for a brand name because it's a brand name. We prefer quality, but quality must be tested and it must be tried, which is why this video is a video that I'm gonna do over and over and over again. And I hope you guys are here for it. So with that said, I am going to save my voice for the next one. I'm gonna zoom on out. I'm gonna wish you guys a farewell. Peace out. I'm out. Deuces. More videos over here. Bye.